Well, the jig is up. It's now apparent Robert Mueller has been coercing people to lie, and he got Cohen to lie, Michael Cohen, and he tried to get Jerome Corsi to lie, to say that Corsi had met Julian Assange. You know, Robert Mueller is trying to tie the Trump administration to Julian Assange and to the Russians, and he's doing it by indicting these individuals like Jerome Corsi and perhaps Roger Stone soon, and others like Michael Cohen, and saying, look, if you want to get off easy, you have to lie and say that, you know, fill in the blank of whatever Robert Mueller wants you to say. You have to say that Trump was working with the Russians. You have to say that Paul Manafort met with Julian Assange, for example. You have to say these false things, and this is what Robert Mueller is demanding of everyone. And he's a rogue, lawless, treasonous criminal. And it's become apparent to me, this is going to shock a lot of you to hear this, but it has become apparent to me that we've lost the rule of law in America. Robert Mueller's out of control. The FBI is a rogue, deep state, private Obama police force at the federal level, still working for Obama. The DOJ is still covering up. The media is willfully, deliberately lying constantly and putting out false news to try to shore up these fake allegations pushed by Robert Mueller. The entire system is so corrupt and so out of control that it's now just inescapably President Trump is going to have to declare a new national emergency in some limited form of martial law in Washington, D.C., and order the mass arrest of these deep state criminals. And that's the only way now that this is going to be stopped, because the deep state is stealing America. They are overruling the will of the voters. They are lawless. They're out of control. They are fabricating lies at every turn. The media hates America. The deep state is actively working against America. These are acts of treason. These are acts of war. They are domestic enemies. Robert Mueller, just to clarify, is a domestic enemy of America. So is Hillary Clinton. So is Barack Obama and all the others in the same gang. John Brennan, for example, former, what was he, National Security Advisor? I mean, the CIA is involved in this. The NSA, the whole thing. Trump is going to have to declare that these people are deep state criminals, that they are domestic enemies. They're, in essence, enemy combatants, and they're going to have to be arrested. And in order to do that, Trump is going to have to declare some kind of limited form of martial law, at least in certain areas like Washington, D.C., perhaps New York City, perhaps other East Coast areas, Virginia, and so on. This has become apparent, and it's a reluctant conclusion because none of us want to see martial law. And certainly there's no need for martial law nationwide. But when the lawless criminals are now running the bureaucracy, they're running the FBI, the DOJ, they're still in the State Department, many of them are still in the White House administration. If you're going to clean them out, you're going to have to declare an emergency and have federal marshals arrest and indict the treasonous deep state actors who are enemy combatants. They are engaged in a war against America, and we only have one shot to stop them. One chance. And that's going to come from Trump taking decisive action that will thrust the country into nationwide civil war. But it is now the only remaining option because the state itself has refused to abide by the rule of law. The radical left, the Obama, Hillary Clinton, Robert Mueller, James Comey mafia have decided that they are going to rule the country by hook or by crook, that they're going to lie and commit massive fraud. They're going to fabricate false, quote, evidence. They're going to push illegal leaks and fabricated stories to the media, and the media is complicit in running those stories because they hate America too. Everything is lined up against America. And it's like Trump is all by himself in Washington, but he's got the people of America behind him. The people of America are ready. They're ready to fight for their country. They just have to be given the okay by the president. The people of America are fed up with this just as much as Trump is. The people of America are willing to, if they are deputized, they're willing to wage the mass arrests that are necessary of the deep state actors. The people will go out and arrest the traitors. And by the way, if that happens, every member of the Senate and Congress that has voted against the Second Amendment is also a traitor to America, and they should be arrested in that kind of clean sweep program. Every member of the Senate or the House that has voted against border protection is also engaged in treason to overrun and overthrow America, and they should be. All it would take is a declaration by the president, and you'd have hundreds of thousands of Americans ready to go carry out these mass arrests, clean out the traitors, clean out the deep state, and protect the border, protect the Constitution, protect the rule of law, restore integrity to this government. Well, if any government can have integrity at all. But the way things are going right now, it's lost. America is lost. It's going down the drain rapidly, the way we're going right now. And if something doesn't change, it's going to end up as a totalitarian left-wing regime. It's almost there already. And by the way, as all this is happening, you have to arrest the CEOs of the tech companies. You have to arrest them. They are criminals. They are engaged in crimes against humanity, massive censorship, criminal offenses against the basic human rights of the American people, as well as the civil rights and constitutional rights. They have denied people the right to speak. They have helped to steal the 2018 midterm elections. And that's not to even mention the massive election fraud that is taking place across America right now by the Democrats. The way they stole so many seats in California and tried to steal Georgia and tried to steal Florida, almost succeeded. It's got to stop. So there needs to be a clean sweep program. You've got to clean out the criminals, the traitors. You've got to arrest them. You got to lock them up. And you got to shut down the tech giants who are engaged in these crimes against America. You got to reform the FBI and the DOJ. You arrest all the crooks who are at the top of those agencies. And you reward the whistleblowers, and you protect the whistleblowers, and you root out the enemies of America. And that's what it's coming to, folks. It's now clear. That's what it is coming to. The enemies of America have to be stopped. And the president has to issue the directive. He has to give the sign to stop the enemies of America and unleash the American people who will go to bat for the president to protect their country, to arrest the traitors who are committing treason, and to restore law and order to America. It can happen. I'm not sure it will. We'll see. But if it doesn't go that direction, it's going to go, America's lost. It will just collapse into a totalitarian left-wing regime run by the Democrats who will then control everything. And then it's over for America, and the patriots will have lost their opportunity to defend their nation. President Trump needs to take decisive action now. There's no way to avoid the Civil War, but it is necessary to arrest and root out the evil, stop the traitors, and protect America. That's what has to happen. Read more at trump.news and pray for your country, because things are about to get really dicey. Be safe.
Learn more at healthrangerreport.com.
Thank you for watching. If you want to support our mission, visit us at healthrangerstore.com for the world's largest selection of lab-verified superfood and nutritional products for healthy living. It's at healthrangerstore.com.